Hey there, bar is open, so let's review the Hendrick's Flora Adora Gin. Hey there, SG Alcohol Guy here, sounding a little bit sexier because I'm still recovering from a bout of COVID. But that is not stopping me from doing a review. As mentioned, today we'll be reviewing Hendrick's Flora Adora Gin. And as you can see, this is actually a brand new bottle. I haven't opened it yet. It's actually a gift from my beautiful wife because, she knows that I love something in pink with a lot of flowers and butterflies on the label. But it's alcohol. She knows I love alcohol, so this is actually the perfect gift for me. Hint, hint. And this is actually a recently launched gin from Hendrick's. It's actually one of those limited editions that they release once a year, once in 2 years, just to let people know how well they make their gins. And this is no different. It's retailing at around 100 to 115 Singapore dollars per bottle, depending on where you get it from. And for that, you will get a 700 ml bottle or a 70 cl bottle with 43.4% alcohol content. And as mentioned, it's a really beautiful label. You can see, butterfly here, limited release, Hendrick's Flora Adora Gin, from our cabinet of curiosities. And it's infused with an enticing floral bouquet. So they added flowers in this. And without further ado, because my throat can only do so much, it's time to open it. Now for gins, I do like to drink them in 3 ways. Number 1, of course, I'll have it neat, just to see how the normal flavor is like. Number 2, I will be shaking it in some ice. And number 3, I will be drinking it on the rocks. And if you notice my setup here, I've also included a bottle of tonic water. Now, I'm not too sure if I'm going to include it in this review yet. We'll find out at the end. Now, of course, again, using the pourer to make sure I don't go overboard with my alcohol consumption, especially having just recovered from the dreaded COVID. I will use a single shot for my taste test. So I'll prepare the glass here, and single shot it is. 20 cc, 20 cl. And using this cocktail glass, as I swirl the gin a little bit, what I like to see is, I like to see how long it settles back. As of now, it just started to come down from the sides. And let's see how long it roughly takes to get back down. It actually is holding up on the edges really well. And it is now reaching the bottom. So that's a good 30 seconds before it float down from the sides of the glass back to the liquid. As you can see, it's a very short travel as well. It still took 30 seconds. This pretty much means that the taste will linger in your mouth a little bit, and then it will disappear in about that 10 seconds after it hits your throat. So that's a very clear indication this is quite a well-made gin. Scent-wise, it's not as sharp and tangy as normal gins. The gins, you have that juniper berry, the juniper smell, where it's a bit sharp and metallic. This one doesn't have that. It actually smells like vanilla. It gives me a vanilla scent. There's a hint of floral, but it's more vanilla than floral to me. Although the end does come across as that juniper taste. I do have that juniper taste at the end. So this could be a very multi-layered taste. So let's run out with a taste test. And with a taste test, what I do like to do is I like to exhale, take a sip, swallow it, and then inhale and exhale through my nose to let the full flavor, sort of circulate in my mouth and my nose. that helps me understand the taste of the gins more. Could be for gins, whiskeys, vodkas, name it. So here goes. First of all, let's talk about the alcohol burn, because it's burning me all the way down and stopped here, right in the middle of the stomach. So the burn is coming in all the way. Drink this neat at your own risk, drink it slowly. However, there is a very floral taste, I don't know, it's like nectar, a very floral nectar sweetness floating. I have to use the word floating because it's as if it's at the top of my mouth, the roof of my mouth, and the taste stays there, hovering, floating and touching the roof of my mouth. There is that juniper metallic taste as well, that sharp, tangy taste of metal, I guess. It's at the back of my tongue. It doesn't clash with the floral, it seems a little bit separated, but it again disappears after about 10-15 seconds, and I'm left with all that burn coming down. So let's remove the burn by shaking it with some ice. Likewise, I'll just use a single shot, pour it carefully. It's not a harsh drink so far, it's actually quite pleasant in the mouth. The alcohol burn does disappear after about a minute, so I'm actually looking forward to a second shot. And with this, just 10 shakes of the shaker, we will pour it out. And scent-wise, that nectar sweetness is a lot more elevated. I can actually, feel it so much more now. I can smell it so much more now. But the juniper smell sort of disappeared, so I'm quite curious to find out how this would taste. It's still a bit chilled now, so let's do taste test 2. Shaking it with ice removed the alcohol burn, that's a good thing. But it removed a lot of that juniper as well, so it doesn't really taste much like a gin. It has that sweetness now, the same identical nectar floral sweetness, but it's not at the roof of my mouth, it's at the back of the roof of my mouth. So it's lingering there. Now what I can say about that particular taste, or this particular taste, is it's not actually very pleasant. It comes across as an artificially sweetened drink. I can feel the alcohol, that's for sure, probably just because I'm still recovering, but I can feel the kick from the alcohol, but it tastes like an artificially flavored alcohol. Doesn't give me a hint that it's a proper gin whatsoever, so I would say avoid shaking this gin with ice. And let's have it on the rocks. Now, I'm very tempted to have a little bit of tonic water, so let's just do a single shot first and see if I'm sober enough to do a taste test 4. Likewise, I'm just going to pour a single shot into the ice. Now, for the ice, I prefer to use an ice ball. If you prefer to use crushed ice, if you prefer to use ice cubes like what I did in the shaker, it's really up to you, right? Even the bigger size ice cubes, there's no right or wrong way to drink drinks. It's really your own preference. And the reason why I'm explaining that to you is because I want the ice to melt a little bit, to open up this drink a little bit more. And I won't nose this drink because the ice will pretty much overpower it anyway, so I won't be able to detect any notes. I'll just do taste test 3. Now, having it on the rocks removed the alcohol burn, fantastic. However, it did linger a little bit here at the back of my throat, at the top of my throat, just a little bit, lingered there for about 10-15 seconds. Nice alcohol warmth, so it's really good on a cold day. But the taste-wise, and I was trying to think about it, why it seemed familiar. And I will say that for Singapore, I guess in Indonesia and Malaysia as well, we do have this rose drink called bandung, where it's rose syrup with milk, with condensed milk. And this tastes like that. But it's a very light version. It's not as sweet as that drink, but this tastes like that rose syrup drink. But it's such a happy, light, floral feel to it. It has that taste, but it just feels lighter. It just feels expensive, if I want to put it that way, compared to the bandung, obviously. Overall, right now, I will say that this Hendrick's Flora Adora gin goes very well on the rocks, mainly because it removes the alcohol burn, but also it mixes that floral taste with the juniper, and it comes across as this familiar, nostalgic taste for me. Overall, very pleasant. But let's see, I'll add in one more shot and let's see how it goes with tonic water. So, tonic water next. Let me get some more gin in the glass. Just a single shot. Again, I don't want to overdo it. I'm not that gung-ho. Plus, it's a small glass, so I can't put in that much tonic as well. Let's see, just a bit of tonic. I didn't prepare a stirrer, so let's just do a simple one with this pourer. And with that mixed, taste test 4. And mixing some tonic in it, so you get a very typical gin and tonic. It tastes horrible. It's a very bitter drink. I know I added very little tonic to quite a decent amount of gin. But all I taste is the tonic because the gin is such a gentle, floaty flavor. So the tonic water overpowered it completely. Heavily bitter taste on my tongue. I can't feel the alcohol, I can't taste the alcohol. I'm just tasting a really bitter drink. So my recommendation for the Hendrick's Flora Adora gin, have it on the rocks. Don't try it with tonic. Hey, thanks for watching up to this point. I just want to state that all these reviews are based on my personal taste, preferences, and opinions, and not to be used as an industry standard. I do, however, want to find out what you think about this Hendrick's Flora Adora gin. What other ways I should be drinking it rather than with tonic? Drop me some comments, let's compare some notes. And if you're still here, congratulations on braving through this voice. Do help me click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, because I upload, or I try to upload, 2 new videos every week. And if you know of anyone who enjoys watching such reviews, do help me send them the link to the video as well. Because most importantly, my friend, happy drinking, all not this.